Once upon a time, in the highest branches of the tallest tree in the Whispering Woods, Mama Hummingbird lived in a cozy nest with her 5 little hatchlings. These were not just any birds. They were vibrant Anna's hummingbirds, known for their iridescent green feathers and brilliant ruby throats. Mama Hummingbird had meticulously crafted their nest from spider silk, lichen, and plant down, forming a tiny, soft cup high in the canopy. For weeks, Mama Hummingbird sat on her tiny white eggs, her body like a living blanket, providing warmth through the day and night. She would fluff her feathers to cover the eggs completely, her heartbeat a lullaby to the life inside. While she was on egg duty, Papa Hummingbird played a crucial role. He buzzed around tirelessly, gathering nectar from flowers to feed Mama, ensuring she had the energy needed to keep the eggs warm. He also defended their nesting area from intruders with his swift aerial maneuvers and loud, sharp chirps. When the eggs finally hatched, revealing 5 tiny balls of fluff with big, curious eyes and tiny wings that fluttered with excitement, the dedication of both parents had paid off. They were now ready for the next big adventure, learning to fly. The day had finally come when Mama Hummingbird decided it was time to teach her babies how to fly. "Good morning, my little feathers," chirped Mama Bird, her voice as sweet as the morning dew. "Today, we're going to learn the most magical thing a bird can do: fly." The hatchlings, named Tweet, Chirp, Peep, Trill, and Warble, looked at each other with wide eyes. Tweet, the bravest of the bunch, hopped to the edge of the nest. "I want to fly like you, Mama," he said, his voice trembling with eagerness. Mama Hummingbird smiled, her feathers glowing in the sunlight. "First, we must warm up our wings," she instructed. She demonstrated by flapping her wings slowly at first, then picking up speed, much like fanning the breeze. The hatchlings, eager to follow, began to mimic her movements. Tweet was the first to catch on, his wings creating a soft whoosh-whoosh sound. He flapped with such enthusiasm that his siblings couldn't help but watch in awe. "You're doing great, Tweet!" Chirp cheered, trying to keep up. Chirp, however, found his wings a bit uncoordinated at first, but with each flap, he got better, his movements becoming more graceful. Peep, the smallest of the bunch, struggled a bit, his wings flapping out of sync. Seeing this, Tweet hovered next to him, showing him how to balance the motion. "Like this, Peep, slow and steady," Tweet encouraged, his words filled with kindness. Peep's wings began to synchronize, and soon he was making his own soft whoosh sounds. Trill, always the competitive one, tried to outdo her siblings in speed, but she soon realized that precision was just as important. Warble, who loved to sing, started humming a tune with each flap, which helped her find a rhythm. The others joined in, their winged sounds now harmonizing with Warble's melody, turning the warm-up into a joyful symphony. "You're all doing wonderfully," Mama Hummingbird praised, her heart swelling with pride as she watched her children not only learn but also support each other. Each hatchling cheered on the others, creating an atmosphere of encouragement and fun. By the end of the warm-up, all 5 were flapping in unison, their wings creating a collective whoosh that echoed through the Whispering Woods, a testament to their teamwork and growing skills. "Now we'll learn balance," Mama Hummingbird continued. She demonstrated by standing on one leg, then the other, showing how to keep steady on the swaying branches. Chirp, who loved dancing, found this part fun, wobbling and giggling until he got the hang of it. Tweet was the first to try, balancing with surprising ease. "You make it look easy, Tweet," Peep exclaimed, inspired by his brother's success. Peep, with his smaller size, found it a bit more challenging, teetering side to side. But Tweet stayed close, offering words of encouragement. "Just focus on one point, Peep," he advised, and soon Peep was standing on one leg, a proud grin on his face. Chirp, always the performer, turned balance into a dance, wobbling at first but quickly stabilizing. He cheered on Trill, who was more cautious. "You can do it, Trill, just like me," Chirp said, demonstrating again. Trill, with determination, managed to balance, albeit with a little shake, but her siblings' cheers boosted her confidence. Warble, humming her favorite tune, found that the rhythm helped her balance. She swayed in time with her melody, and soon she was steady as could be. "Listen to the music in your head," she advised Peep, who then tried it her way and found it easier. "You're all doing wonderfully," Mama Hummingbird praised, her heart swelling with pride as she watched her children not only learn but also support each other. Each hatchling cheered on the others, creating an atmosphere of encouragement and fun. By the end of the balance lesson, all 5 were standing confidently, their bodies swaying in unison with the gentle breeze, a testament to their teamwork and growing skills. Next was courage, the biggest lesson of all. Flying isn't just about wings, it's about heart, Mama Hummingbird explained. She hopped to the edge of the nest, looked down at the vast forest below, and then back at her children. You must believe you can do it, even if you're scared. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's facing it. One by one, they took turns, each bird facing their own unique fear. Tweet, the bravest, went first, his heart beating fast but his spirit undaunted. He leapt, gliding smoothly, showing his siblings that fear could be conquered. "I did it!" he chirped, his voice a beacon of courage for the others. Peep, however, was terrified, his tiny body shivering as he peered over the edge. "I'm afraid," he whispered, his voice trembling. His siblings gathered around, their beaks gently touching his feathers. "It's okay to be afraid," Mama Hummingbird reassured him. "But remember, I'm right here. I'll catch you if you fall." Chirp, who had danced his way through balance, now danced around Peep, his movements light and encouraging. "You can do it, Peep. We're all here for you," he sang, his voice full of cheer. With these words of support and the sight of Tweet's success, Peep took a deep breath, closed his eyes, spread his wings, and leaped. For a moment, he fluttered wildly, his heart racing with fear. But then, feeling the wind beneath his wings, he soared, if only for a second, before Mama Hummingbird gently guided him back to the nest. "You did it, Peep!" she cheered, and his siblings clapped their wings in celebration, their cheers echoing through the woods. Trill, watching Peep's triumph, was still hesitant. Her heart was filled with doubt, but seeing her siblings' support, she steeled herself. "If Peep can do it, so can I," she muttered, her voice quivering. As she took her turn, Warble, who was next, sang an encouraging melody, her song wrapping around Trill like a comforting blanket. Trill's first flight was shaky, but with Warble's song in her ears, she found the courage to keep going, flying a bit further than she thought she could. Finally, it was Warble's turn. Known for her singing, she decided to use her song to combat her fear. She sang as she jumped, her melody filling the air, turning her leap into a performance. Her song, coupled with the cheers of her siblings, gave her the courage to fly a little further than the others, her fear transforming into a moment of pure joy. Each bird, whether brave or terrified, learned that courage was something they shared, something they could give to each other. With every flight, their bond grew stronger, their nest a little louder with the sounds of success and encouragement. By the end of the day, all 5 hatchlings had not only taken their first flights, but had grown more daring with each attempt, each one a little different, yet all filled with exhilaration. They started by fluttering nervously around Mama Hummingbird, their laughter mingling with the rustling leaves. But soon, their confidence soared as high as they did. Tweet, with his natural flair for adventure, began to experiment, first with small, playful dips and dives. He would swoop down and then up, his tiny body creating a blur of color against the green foliage. His siblings watched, their eyes wide with awe and inspiration. Chirp, not one to be outdone, decided to add his own twist. He started doing little flips in the air, his wings beating rapidly to keep him aloft as he tumbled and then straightened out, giggling all the while. His siblings cheered, their encouragement fueling his playful antics. Peep, once the most hesitant, found his courage growing with each flight. He began to mimic Tweet's dives, but added his own touch by trying to loop around a branch. At first it was clumsy, but with each attempt he became smoother, his loops becoming perfect circles in the air. Trill, inspired by her siblings, decided to challenge herself by flying through the gaps between leaves, her body weaving in and out like a thread through a needle. She wasn't content with just flying straight. She wanted to dance through the air, and soon she was doing just that, her flight path a testament to her newfound bravery. Warble, always musical, sang as she flew, her songs now accompanied by aerial acrobatics. She started doing spirals, her body twirling around in the sky, her melody rising and falling with each twist. Her stunts were not only daring but also beautiful, turning flight into an art form. By the end of this remarkable day, the hatchlings were no longer just flying, they were performing. They flew around Mama Hummingbird, doing loops, flips, dives and spirals, their laughter now a part of the wind song. Mama Hummingbird watched with immense pride, her heart full as she saw her children not only conquer their fears, but also embrace the sky with such joy and daring. The whispering woods had never seen such a display, the air alive with the hum of wings and the thrill of flight. "That's it, my darlings," Mama Hummingbird said, her heart swelling with pride. "You've not only learned to fly, but have broken the mold, adding your own flair and daring moves to your progress. You've given me more than I ever expected. Flying isn't just about moving through the sky, it's about going after your dreams, no matter how high they seem. Her voice was filled with admiration for the creativity and courage her children had shown, each one taking flight in their unique way, surpassing her wildest hopes for them. And so, with the sun setting and painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, the little birds flew back to their nest, their hearts lighter than ever, knowing they could now reach for the sky, just like their mother had taught them. And every night, as they snuggled close in the nest, they dreamed of all the adventures they would have, soaring through the endless blue. Tweet dreamt of exploring the vast forest, of finding the tallest trees and the most hidden flowers, envisioning himself as an explorer, mapping out the whispering woods. Chirp imagined performing in the sky, his flights choreographed to the rhythm of the wind, hoping to one day dance with the stars. Peep, once the most fearful, now dreamed of soaring over the meadow, touching the tops of the wildflowers, his flight a gentle whisper among the petals. Trill saw herself racing the wind, her speed unmatched, dreaming of being the swiftest bird in the sky, her name known among all creatures. Warble, with her love for songs, envisioned serenading the world from above, her melodies blending with the dawn's chorus, her music traveling far beyond their woods. They continued throughout the night to dream of all the adventures they would have, soaring through the endless blue.